How's it going, everybody, and welcome to my new video. Today I'm going to be talking about how to search for potential players to buy. Before we go into the video, guys, remember to join my free Discord in the description. We talk about trading daily there. If you're interested into making any trades, search for the potential players and actually help everybody out to search new players, just join the Discord. We're creating a super community down there, so make sure to take part of it. For all the news and updates, also make sure to drop a follow on Twitter, and of course subscribe to this channel if you're new. There were like 3 players that I searched, and 2 of those are very high in value when I started Sorare. The first one was Guido Rodriguez, who I bought at 14 euros, and now he was sold at the peak at 49 euros. The second one that I wanted to buy was Danilo Suarez. I wanted to get him at 20 euros. I couldn't get him. He was selling at 25. And now he peaked at 68 euros. The third that was on my watch list was DeMarcus. I had bad luck with him because he got COVID. He's not playing a lot right now lately in his team and is not doing well. But in terms of like how I'm searching the players, these were my top 3 to search on, and 2 of them really made very good returns. Now, how to search for players, I go on the site called FootMob.com. You can log in and you can search here specific players, and you can check the player's rating. You can check a lot of the stats, which will show you if a player is playing good currently in the team, or if a player is playing badly, or if it's playing at all or not. It basically gives you a lot of the insights on specific players. In our example, I'm gonna show you on players that will probably perform for UEFA Nations League, because as you guys know, we are investing for June. We want to be ahead of the crowd. We want to start buying players because in June there's gonna be this tournament, the sort of European tournament, where most people will actually try and build their teams around the players that will play then, because every single league in the Europe will stop playing, and I do think that everybody that's not going to perform on that tournament is going to drop a bit in value, but whoever is performing is going to go up, because the pool of players that will be performing on their tournament is going to be way lower. This means that a lot more of the demand will just focus on those specific players. So what I would do if I want to search potential players that will play for the UEFA Nations League, I would go under Leagues, International, World Cup Qualification UEFA, and Stats. Under the stats, we can see basically a few of the stats in the tournament of the World Cup qualifiers that specific players had. For example, the goals, if we would be looking for a potential striker, we could see who was the best goal scorer during the qualification period, the assists, the FootMob rating. I'm focusing a lot on the FootMob rating because this kind of shows me which specific players, midfielders, defenders, goalkeepers, could be the potential ones to focus on for the next upcoming tournament. On this example, again, I'm going to try and focus on Depay. As you can see right here during the stats, if we just look at this page, Depay is like one with the best stats. If you just observe it from afar, like all of these stats that are here, the one that really stands out is Memphis Depay. First of all, I would go and check which sort of fixtures would Netherlands have if Depay would be performing for Netherlands during this competition. And we see that they have like Belgium, Poland, Wales, and I do think they could be going into the next round if they play well. So if a lot of other Sorare users, players predict that Netherlands can do very well, they will probably go and buy the Dutch players for this tournament. If we go on Sorare data, we also need to assess what was his price point and what's the price point now and what's the status of the current player. You obviously don't want to go and invest into cars that are currently hyped, so you want to focus on those that are quite lower in value and that can get you good returns when the tournament starts. Usually I would be focusing either on the injured players, on the players that are not playing currently in their teams, or the players that are not eligible for any SO5 league games or anything like that, so when the European tournament comes up, they could be performing. We can see that Depay was selling over 1,000 euros in November, and right now he's around 450 euros. And let's say that we want to buy him under that value for the tournament. Go and check my previous video that I put out, guys. I explained there how to set up your Sorare data notifications, so whenever someone will list Depay under that specific value, or any player that you will have on your watch list, you will get a push notification through your phone. But 450 euros is just an example. I just want to take a look furthermore on why Depay is actually this low. Why did he cut in half in value in this period of time? And if we can look into it, we see that first of all, Depay is injured. He's got a bad luck with injuries, and second of all, he wants to return to Lyon. There is a lot of news that he's returning to Lyon, but how am I going to search for this news? I'm going to go into Google, I'm going to type in Memphis Depay, I'm going to click on the tab news, and then I'm going to see which specific news are regarding this player. If this card will be performing for that tournament, and as I was talking earlier, like if a lot of the pool of the players that are currently playing won't be playing through this tournament, because not every good French player, for example, will play for France, so a lot of the players will probably drop in value during that period. There's going to be other players that right now are not that much in demand and could eventually rise at that specific time. I still don't know if Depay will play, but I'm just using him as an example for how I'm searching specific players. Right now, Depay, from my standpoint of view, if he's gonna be back first in June, if I assess this through the news that I'm reading, and if he's gonna perform for Netherlands, I do think that he can be a very good investment long term, and then he can push up through that moment in time. I would also focus on the very low budgets players right now that will perform and have easy opponents. For example, I saw that Slovakia and Turkey will have quite an easy group, so it's very potential that a lot of people will focus on players from those two teams, because if they win their group stage, they're going to perform well, they're going to get a lot of points in the SO5, and they're going to also proceed into the next round in the tournament, which means that people will focus on those and bring them up quite a lot in value. There's a lot of other players that you guys can focus on. I'm just showing you how I'm doing my research. If you guys are doing your own research, if you're buying your players, make sure to join my Discord, make sure to stop in, make sure to say, hey, I found this player, I think he's very good, I bought him at this and this value, what do you guys think? Or maybe you guys should also focus on him, because sometime in June he's potentially gonna rise if he's gonna playing for the national team. So as you guys know, in the Discord we help each other out. If you have ideas, I have ideas, everybody has some ideas that maybe others haven't think of. Make sure to join, make sure to help each other out. And even if you're not playing the Sorare game, if you just join there and just have a discussion with us, that is enough to maybe help us get some hidden talents that could perform during that period. You can also download the FootMob app on your phone. The FootMob app will also get you push notifications for different players. So for example, if I would buy Depay right now, I would put on a notification on this player, and FootMob would just be sending me the ratings that he gets whenever he performs, before the game starts, if he's in the lineup, if he's not in the lineup. So it's quite a good app. I rate it very highly. So if you guys want to like search specific players that you gone and invest in, I would focus on that one. Also be very careful, because I was talking about earlier buying Depay in terms of like he's injured right now and then he will potentially go up, but he also needs to perform. I want to show you an example of Sorare that I bought 150 euros. He was peaked at 170 euros when he came back from injury. I do think that Sorare would have been a very good sell at that specific time, but since everybody expected him to get good plays like he did before the injury, he had very good scores on Sorare. A lot of people started panicking right now, as after the injury he's not playing as good as he did. I'm gonna keep Sorare because I think he's gonna be also playing for Spain in June. If he's not gonna be playing for Spain, I do think he's gonna drop more, but right now he's selling around at 112 euros. That was like the low point where he's at, so I'm losing quite a lot of money on this trade, but I do think that if I keep up till June, maybe he will rebound, maybe I can make some profits if he finds that form again. So you guys just need to be careful. Like if you're holding players after the injury, just remember that they also need to perform, because if they're not performing, they'll probably dip in value. Another news, the Scottish Premier League has been confirmed. It's in the Sorare API, as we can see here from the retweet that I made. And also Dinamo Zagreb is coming. It's going to be a very interesting league to look at. Not the full Croatian league, but just the players from Dinamo Zagreb. And I think the Croatian league players are just going to get points because it was added into the game. So remember guys, to join the Discord for further talks, to get some ideas. You share ideas, we share ideas, we help everybody out. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.